You are still watching this morning on ITV. It's time to take a look at our first talking point, where, of course, it's about the Yuletide and what relevant agencies are doing to ensure that it's zero crash. You know, when it comes to seasons such as this, so much exodus of people, and of course, that also comes with goods from, you know, left, right, and center, all in a bid to have, you know, a joyous and splendid celebration. But most time it never really happened because of the way the roads are, the way the vehicles are, the way the drivers also are positioned. And so the relevant agencies, you talk about the BI, you talk about the road safety, you talk about the police, and quite a lot of other you know, agencies are always on the road, on the highway, to ensure that motorists are checked and double checked so that they don't go against the traffic rules, and also to ensure that their vehicles are roadworthy. Most time when you talk about those that load from the park, they are under the influence of alcohol or some other substance or drugs. What are these agencies doing to ensure that it is reduced to the barest minimum? I have with me on set this morning the National Coordinator, FCT, RTO, VIO Mayors of the Federation, Dr. Yusuf Zubairu. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
How's it going? The Yuletide is here.
Well, season by season, time after time, we realize that we will always come back to this point. But yesterday I was speaking and I told somebody, I said, nobody actually set an agenda for you. You set an agenda for yourself, pressuring yourself to meet that agenda. And if you are not careful, you may end up not even seeing the agenda at all. Now, you know, crashes on the road are usually caused by three major factors that we know it is inevitable when there is crash. You talk about human factor, you talk about environmental factor, and you talk about the mechanical factor. Now, these factors, it boils down back to the first one, which is human factor, because above it all, if we can just simply follow an instruction, crashes will be reduced. Like this week now is a week of commemoration of World Day of Remembrance of Accident Victim, which we've been doing. We've been to the church, we've been to the mosques, we've had several events, we've had road shows, just to make sure that people are aware. And then what are we talking about? One, a lot of people have died. Yes, we sympathize with them. Many are still alive. We don't want them to die, so we educate them. But if the humans can just come to this fact that whatever I do on the road has a major effect on me, and then the road users will be more careful. You see, they say speed. Is it possible that your car just engage himself and then start speeding? It's not possible. There is somebody on the wheel. But I'm happy with the new development of the vehicles we have now coming into the system, because what you refuse to do, they will do it for you. At the moment, I drive a Lexus 2022. If you go close to an object, maybe like 100 and something meter, it will notify you. If you go closer, it will brake by himself. There's a sensor in there. Do you know that this is all that it is required for us to use our head to do? But not because it is difficult for us to do it. Now, as we go by the day, we started checking, okay, how do we help this human who have refused to help themselves? So this system started coming in from research. Okay, what is the cost of this accident? Overspeeding. Okay, how can we help? And then these devices started coming. So my advice to road users in this season is that everybody is on the rush. Rush to where? Research has shows that the faster a driver drive, the lesser time he has to get to his destination, because he's signing up for fatality and heavy crash, a risk of his own life. Because you see, 1 minute can be so disastrous. So please, let's take it easy. Last year came, there are some things you wanted to achieve, eventually you didn't achieve them. It looks as if you are going to die. You didn't die. This year has come. You have an opportunity for another year. And then I'm asking somebody, how can you have 366 days? And then it is when it's remaining 5 days, then you are engaging in some unnecessary pressure. A lot of people love you like I do. I don't want you to die.
Okay, now that's a very good one from your point. But you know, what you just said now is to motorists, is to car owners. Yeah, but there are, aspects where we have, agencies set up to deal with those humans, those motorists that refuse to abide by the rules. Now, how do you tackle the issue of those who ingest substance, those who get drunk to get behind the wheel?
You see, we have NDLEA, who is responsible for such. But mine is NDLEA, they are actually inside the park there. But what I can easily see and notice, if I'm sensitive and I love myself, maybe an NDLEA, maybe 2 is posted to the park where I am. And then, eventually, there are about 100 cars loading. How will they be able to meet up? So it is now boiled down to the responsibility of the citizen that is patriotic, that loves himself and his neighbor. See somebody behaving in an abnormal way, you should report. You understand? Now, by the time they check the person out and realize that there is substance, then they can apprehend the person for the safety of others. And some are so visible that you see them, they will tell you, 2 shepe.
That's the point.
Monkey tail. Right inside there. Now, the responsibility of a vehicle inspection officer or road traffic officer start on the road and end on the road. If you see us in the park, it is advocacy. We don't have a business in the park. The law did not tell us to go to the park and apprehend somebody. Our job starts on the road and end on the road. So if you see us in the park, we are there to educate. We are there to enlighten. We are there to give them new information.
So enforce compliance on the road.
On the road. So if we meet you on the road, if maybe our men are on the road now, and then we get to a point where we are doing maybe a routine check or something, and then somebody inside the car said, Oga officer, this man, he don't drink something, he's driving anyhow. It is our responsibility now to park you and then ask you some certain question, take you through some little psychological text, and if you fail it, my dear, we tell the people in the you see, the truth is that Nigerians and human beings, we need to come to a point where we should know that we are more important than whatever trip that we are doing. Do you know that if this kind of thing happen, hey, the first people that will shout inside the same vehicle are the same people you are trying to protect. These useless people say their don't too much. Hey, you see, there's only all of us, they come down. Which kind of be this? These people now God go punish them, now this go punish them. The reason why God has not punished them is that they are doing their job.
Yeah, that is noted, but you see, the job still has to be done.
That is the reason why God has not punished us.
Yeah, we will get to the point where we will find out if we have to punish them or not. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make here is, this is Jabi Park.
Yes.
For example,
yes.
If a vehicle loads is going out, either pass through that road that is going to FAB estate, where the Disney building is, or the vehicle would like to, pass through the airport road, going through the corn oil to Gwagwa Karimo, or the vehicle is coming through the Berger axis, where you have the Arab and all of that. In as much as the job of RTO is not in the park, but on the road, can we have most time your men strategically positioned in this point, so that before the vehicle hits 50 kilometers after loading, is stopped, is checked. If he's not in the right frame of mind, appropriate measures be taken immediately. You move around with your breathalyzer and just come close, you check. If it has sensor. If it moves, it means the person is drunk or has ingested. So can we have semblance of this kind of check within the city rather than highway?
Okay. Well, it's a good development, is a good idea, but let me tell you something. There is what we call stakeholders in transportation. We are civil society organization. At the moment, under the United Nations Decade of Action on Road Safety and Injury Prevention, I represent the NGOs and the civil society organization in Nigeria. Now, we have the union, we have the workers, we have practically everything. Now, everybody is saddled with a certain responsibility that if we can do our, see, one person can do this job. You see, why we came into the studio, I sat down here, you have your engineer, one is the one who fixed the microphone, one said this table needs to be like this, the other one said this. At the end of the day, we could see ourselves clearly, assuming the guy, the most, in fact, let's look at it in the hierarchy, the most junior staff who is at the end of just turning on the generator, and all of us are well dressed, and we sat down here, and the guy just off the generator and went away. He has destabilized every knowledge you think you have, whatever that you think you know. So anytime a stakeholder pull out from his responsibility, he doesn't only affect him, he affects all. So the thing we need to do here is that everybody is responsible for safety. Just like what you are doing now, you are contributing your quota to safety. You have brought me here to ask me a question, to enlighten the people. You've done yours. So now, if the people now heard and then put it to use, they've done theirs. Then gradually, we can reduce this road crash. One person cannot handle is see, at the moment, go and check. It is in a rare case. You will see a family in Nigeria that either you have lost a friend through road crash, or a family member, or a neighbor that is very nice, or somebody that is somebody somewhere that you know personally. We lost our breadwinner on a motor crash, and the experience up to today, I have not recovered from the trauma. Can you imagine? This happened over 20 years ago, and up to this moment I have not recovered. Do you know that simple act took away my teenage age? The teenage age I am supposed to be playing, come back home, feel free. I was working to be able to take care of my education, because if I don't, the person who is supposed to do it is dead. So several other people, okay, I am just fortunate to be able to fight to gain the education back and put myself on the right perspective, but psychologically, the trauma and what I went through to become who I am today, there is an aspect of it that is still a pain to me. Because imagine having taken your teenage age away from you. There are some places I don't have. There are some people talk about, we went where did you see the time? You are engaging working, you are engaging trying to go to school, you are engaging having other people to take care of. That is not supposed to be your responsibility, simply because a road crash happened and took away a breadwinner. So many breadwinner has been taken away. Some as a result of that they become an armed robber. Some as a result of that they become an alcohol. Some as a result of that they become a prostitute. So several things could happen. So let us come together. See, anybody that dies on a crash, my brother, is a breadwinner. Let me explain to you. If you don't have money, how do you buy a taxi to go somewhere? If you don't have money, where did you see money that you buy a car? So you see, to a large extent, they are not in the ground. They are people who have risen to some certain level. So we have to protect these people because we are protecting our community. We are protecting the future of the younger ones. How many of me are crying? If I am at this level, when I'm telling you by the grace of God, sitting down here, I'm blessed. But I cannot forget. The trauma is still there. Sometimes if I think about it, I cry because pains are there.
Yeah, when you still ponder about that, and of course the trauma it has left you because you have experienced on it, or it has actually affected you, why do you still allow rickety vehicle on the way?
You see, I need media to support and to help us. You must.
It's a job.
Oh, listen. We do this. Go and check our offices. You will see cars there. The more we are bringing, and the more we are getting these people, sometimes they will insult. They will say all manner of things. Wicked people. This, that. We are trying to save other people's life. We are trying. You don't value your life, I see. But the people who value their own. And you know the funny thing about this road crash? Some people, you see how intelligent you are looking, dressed. What will make you misbehave on the road? But do you know if somebody misbehave on the road, you will be driving normally, correctly, somebody will bring his problem and come and give you. So those are the kind of people. We don't want you to destroy others who are doing the right thing. So we go in there to stop these vehicles and they are complaining, they are shouting. Some people are even supporting them, and I'm wondering, are you serious? Do you know what this car, if a brake fail now and it's going, do you know how many people it could take? Yeah. Do you know how many lives can go? Some people that are prepared, that they have vision, they have things to do. Then this guy who we have been trying to say, take this car off the way, take this car off the way, refuse, and then take away this wonderful, amazing life that would have contributed to the GDP of Nigeria and to society. We will fight everything, we will do everything. And thank you, because the Honorable Minister, Nyesom Wike, is in town. A man with a strong body language that he will not take nonsense from you. Because right now, go and tell him now that he will stop your vehicle that is not okay, I will take it away. He will ask you, is he in order? If you say it's not in order, he will say, okay, don't you think you yourself you are stupid? He will tell. He doesn't care who you are, because
we are yet to see him remove those vehicles.
No,
he's just telling us.
Oh, he's doing it. We are happy.
We have not seen that operation remove rickety vehicles.
My brother, we are on it too. What will happen? Don't worry. Since we are talking, when we are going on operation, I would invite you, if you will not charge us, to come. You see, you are laughing now because we are doing it. You are not there to cover it, because maybe if we come now and say, this, maybe they say we have to bring so million, which the million is not there at the moment to bring.
Okay, but we really need to ensure that not only those that are going on their way peacefully and calmly get to their destination, those who are under the influence of alcohol, those who refuse to put their vehicles in good shape, those whose vehicles are rickety, it's not their fault, but you mustn't drive. You can park and join, a vehicle that is roadworthy to your destination. There are, times that people say there are some vehicles that, the level they are, when they apply brake, you see that the boot will open. You understand? When they accelerate, some doors may open. You understand? And those kind of vehicles under your watch, they're on the road. How soon can we have them removed?
This is a continuous process. We are doing it every day. Every day. But in this season, it's going to be more intense. It's going to be more intense. And if you notice it, have you noticed something? Road traffic officers, most especially from the Directorate of Road Traffic Service, which normally people call them VIO, I said no. There's a difference between VIO and road traffic officers. These are departments. But what people are familiar with is VIO. VIO is vehicle inspection. Road traffic officer is road traffic officer. So road traffic officers are going to be on the road to enforce. Now, and if you notice, people don't like VIO. They say the fear of VIO is beginning of wisdom. Because do you know why?
They prefer roads.
Do you know why? Because if we stop here, we don't want to hear, as long as there are offense, they don't sort it out on the road. Let's go to the office. And you also know that by the time you get to the office, they will ask you simple questions. This thing, I'm not cheating you now, you are looking at it, on it yourself, it's not working. Do this one, it's not working. So what do you think? And then the most dangerous aspect of it now is that we have traffic light. We are complaining, no road infrastructure, no road infrastructure. There's road infrastructure, and people are disobeying it grossly. Now, by the time you disobey it, you are going for a head collision, because we are already informed, educated, that when it's green, you are permitted to go. When it's yellow, it means get ready to stop and stop. Some people say it was just a yellow light, so I pass. No, the moment it shows that yellow, it means it is no longer available for you to pass. You slow it down to get to a point where you can halt. But they will still pass. Then somebody who the light has given green, they will come and collide. And they'll start speaking big grammar. Do you know who I am? I don't know who you are. I don't even want to know who you are. So please, let us do the right thing.
Can you enlighten us more about the recent, infrastructure? Some say if you beat traffic, it's going to wait for you when you want to renew your car papers. Enlighten us.
Now, we have that proposal. We are working on it, but it has not been effected. But where it is, we would go around to make sure that everybody is aware and they are informed. Because the truth is that in developed worlds, where do you see road traffic officers on the road? They are on their system in their office. And then this thing is already programmed. When you go above the speed limit, you won't see anybody. But the next thing, you will see the report, and then you will see that, this is the violation. And then there is a certain period of time you violate 1, 2, 3, your license has to be withdrawn, and then send it back to school again and see if you can be able to get that license. So let's see. We are gradually going.
And that is for that system that those on the way have license. But here there are many people on the way without license.
No, if you see anybody on the road without license, okay, if we every time.
This is why when they see VIO, they take the other way.
Now, okay, you see, now when they see VIO, they take the other way. This is my own story about this thing. You see these people doing the wrong thing, and then you see us trying to correct the wrongs, and then you are angry, joining them to say we are doing the right thing. So, but whatever you like, complain, not complain, we will continue doing our job. Complain, no complain, because we prefer it, just complain, and then we're doing the right thing. Some people are there praying for us. If it is not because of these people, I know I would have died. So that prayer supersedes.
It's still working.
Yes, it's still working. Thank you.
Well, if I just join us, the program is with the National Coordinator of City RTO VIO Mayors of the Federation, Dr. Yusuf Zubairu, and we have been talking on how to ensure that the roads are, safe, especially at the Yuletide. It's a season where people are unnecessarily in a hurry. I just want to ask, why are you in a hurry? It's still the same 24 hours in a day. No matter how you hurry, it's still that same 24 hours, and then you have another day. But however, we still need to talk about this so that people get to their destination. Even if you're not traveling, yes, you still need to get to move from your home to your office and then back to your home. Or if you are moving from your home to your office, then to green areas and then back to your home. Wherever it is, that has to be safe. And just to ask you before we go, our time has gone, and what are we doing within the city center?
Within the city center, infrastructure is key. And then with the Honorable Minister coming to rehabilitate over 132 roads. 100?
Yeah. Do we know where the roads are?
If you go through the city now, you realize that some places are blocked. They are working on it. If you even look at Zone 3, we'll see it's there, the list of the, and they are working.
132.
Yes.
I hope this will not result to abandoned project, because we have seen
it was
so many projects.
It was an abandoned project, and the minister said, "How can you have things to be done and you are not doing it?" And then he engaged them and gave them a specific time that this has to finish. Now, with this infrastructure, it is going to reduce crash already, because it's environmental. It's part of the environmental cause of crash. And then you see also the structure, the lighting system, and then you see our men very proactive. Nobody is in the office. Everybody go out on the road. We are doing advocacy. We've been going to parks. We've been going to schools. We've been market to educate them. This is what you should do. This is what you should check. Even as a passenger or a road user, if you want to get in a vehicle and then you notice some things were not right, do you know that it is your right to ask the driver, is your full light working, is your signal light working? But you see, because of the way we are in Nigeria, when you ask that question, the next thing the driver, if you don't want to go, come down. Which kind of useless question if you ask me? But trust me, even that driver, something will strike in his head. I say, wait to if passenger don't ask, see me then check. We need to check this thing. And then gradually it is we have to come together to do this. So by the time you also have checked that this vehicle is okay and you bought it, you know that when we are in a traffic, like, or even if a traffic officer want to even, tell you some other things, you should also come out and say, no, I asked him this question, I checked it myself. It may be is a mechanical fault that occur within this minute and this minute, because this is what I checked. Do you know that alone can make that man go?
So VIO will accept that?
Yes, of course.
That witness?
Yes, of course, because now it means that as a first offender, you are to be educated and then ask that you fix it immediately.
So that witness testimony is acceptable by the VIO?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at, we are now in this, what's happening in the city center.
Yes, please.
At night, some, street lights are not turning on. They are bad. And then the street is so dark. That also poses, risk to vehicles that may just develop, electrical fault within the space of, a minute. So why don't we have the street lights working?
Well, recently,
that is under you.
Recently, yes. No, that's not actually under me.
Yeah,
but let me just say something. It's not under me actually, but let me say something. Now, the truth is that recently, I have seen traffic lights, I've seen a street light working. Maybe I don't drive that night on those areas where you talk. So maybe you should tell me now.
I've seen.
Maybe you should
around the villa.
No. I don't have business with the villa. I don't have business with the villa.
The Kado axis,
yes.
The Kuba Express, the airport road going to Giri and all of that. Those areas, among other areas, you don't see light on the way.
My brother,
infrastructure that
you need to check.
They're not working.
You need to check. No, I disagree with you on that.
No, you need to send your men to find out tonight.
Okay, yes. We can find out together so that we can come back. No, because me, I disagree with you. The lights were working. Which area?
I just told you.
No, those areas you mentioned, I disagree with you because I know those areas.
Well, it just past it.
Except
past it. In the next how many hours left, it will be dark, and then you find out yourself.
Please, when you are there, call me.
They are not working.
They are working. No, maybe the time you pass, maybe there's a transmission with the NEPA. They just take light and then they are bringing it down. But that minute, 1 minute that you pass cannot judge as if the thing is not working.
That's also the next question.
Yes, please.
Why do we rely so much on the grid? Why don't we do what other developed climes are doing? What even Kano State did? Power it by generator or get the solar system so we don't have power outage, especially the street lights.
Did you notice the street light from Mabuchi down to that? That's the reason why I disagree with you. That Mabuchi down to that Kado, as if you are going to Guayempa, and then you are going
about where the high and mighty are staying.
You see, that's why I said. That's why I said
selective. Why should be selective?
That's why I said I disagree with you. Now this is infrastructure, right? We have one infrastructure there before, and which is work with power. Now gradually is a phase. Those ones are phasing out, new ones are coming in. So, and then do you notice that some drivers too, some people will crash into those infrastructures and run away.
Yeah, you need to have a system on ground that will be able to.
So we are not protecting our own property. Somebody will see somebody vandalizing this thing, and then we just pass, not patriotic. You can call the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense, the person heading the FCT, very proactive person, Mr. Shola. I'm telling you, call him 2 a.m.
He has been here.
You see, that's why you see what I said is I'm not lying and I'm not. It's a very proactive person. Call, he will respond and make sure that these things are taken care of.
Yeah, but the question is, how many people have the number of NCDC to call?
As long as you use a smartphone, Even me, I don't carry those numbers on my head, but just go there.
Ask Google.
Ask Google.
All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. I must thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Viewers, that's what we have on this discussion segment. Has been with the National Coordinator, FCT, RTO, VIO, Mayors of the Federation, Dr. Yusuf Superu, of course, telling us what we must do to get to our destination safe at all times. Whether you are traveling out of the city or within the city, those things are sacrosanct for you to do so that you keep, getting to the destination in good time and arriving safely. Thank you so much for your time once again.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the program this morning on ITV will continue.